Hello, friends. Frogopolis here, and for this holiday season, I'd like to tell you a little story. One day, I was at my friend's house, and we were chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, and we were trying to find a movie to watch. And we, for some reason, decided to watch Hypnotic with Ben Affleck. That's it, that's the story. I don't really know where I was going there. Hypnotic follows a detective named Danny Rourke, played by Ben Affleck, trying to find his missing daughter and finding that there's a huge conspiracy behind her disappearance. Or is there? Well, let's find out. While investigating a series of strange bank heists, Danny Boy comes across a mysterious man who seems to have the power of hypnosis as he convinces a woman that she is incredibly hot and not in the physical way, and she starts overheating and having to take her clothes off, which causes a distraction and lets him come into the bank. Now, when he's talking to the woman on the bench, you see that he uses a lighter as part of his little trick. And of course, this is very reminiscent of the movie Cure from Japan. It follows a somewhat similar storyline, but trust me, that's where the comparison ends. This movie takes the concept of hypnosis and injects it with steroids. So while this mysterious man is doing his bank robbery, Danny's also in the bank trying to get to this very important safety deposit box, which apparently contains something very valuable, as the past two bank robberies have been about getting very specific safety deposit boxes. And we see that this mysterious man has everyone under hypnosis now, and they're all trying to kill Danny. And they have this whole monologue on top of the roof where, for whatever reason, he convinces two of the security guards to shoot each other, I guess to show how powerful and evil he is. And he escapes. So Danny is now on a wild goose chase for this super powered hypnotic man. Also, in the safety deposit box that this guy was so gung-ho on getting was a picture of Danny's missing daughter, so the plot thickens. After some investigating, we find out that this mystery man's name is Lev Del Rain. While following leads behind this bank robbery, Danny finds out from a co-worker that one of the tips that they received is from this inconspicuous psychic who does tarot card readings and is apparently a fraudster. So of course he goes to meet this mysterious woman who's called Diana Cruz, and she knows way more than she's letting on, and this whole psychic thing is a front. You see, she is also a powerful hypnotist. And yes, this is very dumb. Now, I have to mention that this movie is directed by Robert Rodriguez, whom I actually like. I like some of his work, especially his earlier stuff like Spy Kids, which was just so bizarre, especially watching them as a child. It changed my perspective on the film, because I realized he probably also thinks this is all very dumb, but it's fun, so who cares? I'm not saying this is a knock to him. He took a ridiculous concept and, at least to me, made a pretty neat movie out of it. Now, let's check the rest of it out. Diana is our co-star here, and she explains all about how powerful hypnosis exists, and it's basically a superpower, and certain people are born with it. And Danny's taking all of this pretty well. Then, a motorcycle crashes through the front of their door. That gosh darn Lev Del Rain is here, and he hypnotized the dude to crash his motorcycle through the front of her store and then send Danny an ominous message and then himself. Jesus. So Danny contacts his co-worker friend Nick, and Nick lets them hide out in these cells that aren't used very often, and because I guess he'd never think to look there, and they have a little conversation of more exposition. Here we find out that Danny isn't affected by Lev or Diane because he has too many mental barriers up from all he's gone through, which raises a lot of questions, but you know what, it's fine, we're gonna keep going. But I guess their hiding spot wasn't very good because Lev Del Rain shows up and hypnotizes Nick to kill the two, so they handcuff Nick to the bars. And Nick is so powerfully hypnotized that he almost takes off his hands trying to get out of the cuffs. And it's surprisingly gory. And you know what? Good job, Robert. I like this. It's very creepy. So there goes Nick, unfortunately. Emma have to run away again. And this time, they have to go across the border for help from another person. And here we meet another powerful hypnotist played by Jackie Earle Haley, who actually trained Diane and helped her hone her skills. And we get to learn a little more about the history of these powerful hypnotists and how deep this goes. And plot twist, it wasn't Jackie Earle Haley, it was Lev Del Rain again. He got ya. He got ya. Like, yeah, I am kind of going through things because I'm not going to go through the entire plot. But seriously, it's Lev shows up, hypnotizes somebody, they have to run away. This is most of the movie. So Danny and Diane have to make a run for it again. Levy's hypnotized the whole goddamn town this time. But here we find out that Danny is the most powerful hypnotist ever, as he hypnotizes everybody and counter hypnotizes Lev Del Rain. Take that, Lev Del Rain. You're not the greatest hypnotist anymore. So now they're running out of people to run to. Diane knows somebody else though, and they go to that guy called River. And River's a little paranoid and thinks that they're a hypnotic illusion thing, but they sort it out and it's all cool. So they hang out with River for a while and hide there. And of course, Danny and Diane get together because, you know, yeah, why not? So we get this scene where Diane's this kind of freshening up and showering, and Danny gets a mysterious phone call from an unknown number, and for some reason decides to pick it up even though they're on the run. And you'll never guess who's on the other side of the phone. I'll give you a minute. It's Lev Del Rain. It's Lev Del Rain again. He's just the master of everything, I guess. So Danny, I guess, let his walls down a bit, which opens him up to Lev being able to hypnotize him through a phone call. And it leads to this admittingly pretty good tense scene where Danny keeps picking up a pair of scissors to kill Diane with, and he's not sure how much control he has, and he keeps, you know, trying to get rid of them. And he's eventually able to get over this and not take her out. While everyone's sleeping, Danny's pretty restless, so he gets up and he decides to go on the computer for a bit. He finds out some information. He finds out that Diane and him used to be married. And you know, everything I've just gone through, and the super-powered hypnosis people and all that, and the running away, none of it was real. That's right, Danny is being super hypnotized by an organization of people who are trying to find his daughter, and apparently he's the reason she is missing. So they're wiping Danny's memory and then putting him through this whole series of events as a weird attempt to find out where the missing girl is. The main bad guy of the whole movie isn't even called Lev Del Rain. He's just one of the top guys that works for this organization. And I guess they're all just these group of super powerful hypnotists. And Danny's gone rogue and whisked away his daughter away from them. We see that everything he's been through has just been him walking through these predetermined sets of all these little props and everything. And Danny's pretty tight-lipped about where his missing daughter is, so they wipe his memory again and make him go through the events. Partway going through the events, Danny snaps out of it because he wrote a reminder to himself, basically telling him that he's in this weird hypnosis simulation thing. You see, Lev Del Rain actually meant Deer Valley Lane, which is where he's been keeping his daughter hidden this whole time. Brilliant. So he steals a car and drives off. Danny goes to this like remote farm where his daughter is being kept taken care of by his adoptive parents, who I guess this shady organization has never heard about. And the reason he's done this is because she's the most powerful hypnotist in the entire world, and they wanted to use her as a weapon, and he was like, that's not cool. And I agree, Danny, that is not cool. Plot twist, plot twist. This whole thing has been to get Danny and Diane to go against the Syndicate. That's the name of the mystery organization. And we find out that nothing that's happened up until this point is real. Technically, it's an illusion. The Syndicate has been caught in an illusion created by their daughter. So then their daughter gets the whole syndicate to play around a Fortnite with each other. And I guess these two win. They're the winners. They get the chicken dinners. Great for them. So for our final twist, we are now in a pretzel. Danny and Diane had to erase their own memories so they would forget about the huge plan they made to hide their daughter away from the syndicate and then lure the syndicate to her so she could kill them all when she was powerful enough. And of that terrifying mass murder, they all lived together happily ever after. Happy holidays, everybody! But wait, there's another twist in the mid-credits! The main bad guy, Lev, turns out that he used his powerful hypnosis to make them think he was the dad of the older couple, and that the dad is actually dead and he's still alive. So, Hypnotic to win. This movie was very silly, but a lot of fun. And, you know, it's on Amazon Prime. Check it out. I give it, this many out of 5. Thank you for watching. Have a happy holidays, and be good to each other. Bye. Okay, final plot twist, not bye. I just want to say a little message, being the end of the year. I'd like to thank everybody who's been enjoying my videos. I've been having a lot of fun making them. And my next project after this is going to be part 2 of the Planet of the Apes franchise. And I'm looking forward to making it, and I hope you're looking forward to watching it. It's been a lot of fun doing the research and all that. So, see you next year.